This week's daily drawings are all about cars. Yesterday we did trucks and today we're gonna do a Mustang. So let's go ahead and start by checking out some different Mustang views. This is a side view and notice that it's got a different shape than that truck. We've got a long, skinny, short rectangle down here, and then a kind of a curving shape with a diagonal on top, something like that. Okay, so that's the 2D. When I look at this photo, I actually can see a little bit of the front and a little bit of the hood, but that's a pretty sidelong view. And that's the basic shape of the side. So keep that shape in mind because we're going to look at a more three-dimensional view of a Mustang. This is the one we're going to be drawing, and we're going to pretend that it starts with a box. So look at the shape of that side. Now I'm seeing that same rectangular shape, and there's that same curving shape at the top, but it's a little squished down because it looks a little shortened. It's called foreshortening, where it's facing toward us, and so it gets a little shortened like that. But just take a look at that basic shape. That's where we're going to start. Then we're going to add on a diagonal rectangle for the front. We are going to add on a really short, skinny little diamond shape for the hood. There's what the windshield looks like. It's like a rectangle, except it's kind of rounded on the top and the bottom. We can see the tiniest little sliver of roof. And of course, we can't forget to add on ovals for hubcaps. And in yesterday's tutorial, I talked to you a little bit about making those ovals into 3D cylinders, and that's what I'm going to do right here. So straight line, finish it off with a curve. And right now these look like they're outside of the car, so once we cut them out and do some erasing there, it'll look like the car is just right over the top of those wheels. Pretty cool. We're also going to add in something that we kind of skimmed over yesterday, and that is this wheel right over here. You can really see it clearly in this photo. So we are going to add that back wheel on the same way as these other two wheels. Okay, if I take the photo away, here's what we're left with. Boxy, but actually pretty close. And then we can go back in, take a look at our photo, and start to add in some special details like the nice grille here and the headlights and all the things that make the Mustang look fabulous. Let's get to our sketchbooks, folks. Let's do this. We're going to start with that side face that I talked about. And I see that it's at a diagonal like this. We're going to do two lines parallel with one another. And I hope you can see that. Let me draw a little darker here. And I noticed that this line here is at a little tiny bit of an angle too. Look at this. That's a teeny little angle right there. And gosh, it almost kind of goes down like that. It's almost like an arrow pointing that way. There's the back end. And then try and measure almost halfway back, and we're going to do a diagonal line and a curve going up to it. Okay, I think that's pretty close. I can always go back and fix it. I'm already noticing this is a little too fat. Maybe this should go up a little higher, and then that can thin out the back a bit. Okay, let's get the front in. We're gonna use this angle, and we are going to repeat it over here, exact same angle. And then we just get to decide what angle this is going at. It's definitely not straight across like this. It's not horizontal with the page, it's at a little angle. Boop. And then this is going to be the same angle. Something like that. Let's take a look at the hood. We're going to start right here on this corner, and we've got to replicate that angle. Oh, that's kind of hard. So this angle should be parallel with this angle. It's hard to draw cars 3D because none of these angles are parallel with the page at all. We're just kind of guesstimating. Is it a wide open angle? Is it a little tiny narrow angle? It's not easy stuff. Find this angle, and we have to repeat it over here. If you're struggling, you know what's a cool thing to do is get a straight edge like a ruler. You can even use my pencil. Line it up with that line and just kind of go across like this. Don't shift your line around. Keep the angle and go doot, 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 and then trace it. Ooh, that actually went really well. Okay. It's a little too wide. What do you think? Maybe a little narrower like that. I should see less hood. Look at that orange shape. I don't want to see that much hood. That's a little better. Take this angle and replicate it over here. Straight edge. Line it up. Doot, 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 doot. And draw the line. Boop. Pretty good. Maybe I should go a little in from that because looks like it does get a little smaller as it gets toward the top. I noticed that windshield has a bit of a curve. Bit of a curve. Very slight curves, and we can see a tiny curve for the hood. The roof. Whoa. That just made it look really cool. Oh. Okay, let's get in our wheels. This wheel, just go back a little ways from the front. Try and get it the right size. If you do giant wheels, it'll make your car look tinier. Isn't that funny? So maybe I should make my wheel a little smaller. This is the hubcap, which is a word that I forgot yesterday. I forgot the word hubcap. Hubcap. This one should be about the same distance. So from there to there should be about the same distance, a little tiny bit less in the back. And oh my gosh, did you know this one's going to be slightly smaller than this one? What? Because it's farther away, and things get smaller when they get farther away. See my hand? It's huge because it's close. It's tiny because it's far away. Whoa. Okay, now let's erase. We can't forget this wheel back here. Oh, poor wheel. We forgot you last time, didn't we? And now let's make it look 3D. Find the top and bottom of those hubcaps and draw 2 straight lines back. And you know what? My line is going to follow that diagonal. And then see this curve right here? Copy the curve. Same here. Find the top and bottom. Boom, boom. Straight line, straight line. Find the curve. Practice the curve. Copy the curve. Same thing over here. Straight line. Oh, what am I doing right now? What I'm doing is a technique that really good artists do where they imagine and visualize what it might look like underneath, and they go ahead and draw it, knowing that they'll erase it, but knowing that it will make their drawing more accurate. What? Okay, the last thing we need to do is these are popping off too much, so I am going to split that right in half. I am following the curve, but I'm halfway between here and here. And then I'm going to erase that far line. And what that does is it gives me the look of the car frame going boom, and then around the wheel, and then it goes behind the wheel. So here we go. The car frame's going to go boom, halfway, follows the curve, and then we erase the wheel where the car is going over the top of it. Oh my gosh, this is fun to draw. Wow. Let's take a look at our photo of the Mustang, and let's start adding in some details. My favorite thing to start with are headlights. They really help me place things. Okay, and then once we've got the headlights in, we can get in 2 straight lines going from one headlight to the other, but not quite all the way, and then just finish them off with a little curved edge. Ooh, we've even got 2 little mini headlights right here. Cool. And there's where the little Mustang symbol logo can go. Okay, and ooh, look at the edge here. Okay, so we got a curve on the edge. And then it curves around the headlight. And then it kind of goes out. And then we got this woo out here. And then it goes down. And then we're good to go. And then this cool thing can go all the way across, kind of like it did on that Mustang, or on the Ford F-150. It goes around. It's almost like a bumper, I guess. Maybe that's what bumps into other cars and keeps your car from getting destroyed. Okay, and then here we can just curve that around a little bit, kind of show the edge. This needs a little straight line and then curve down to point at it. And we, of course, have these little lines. You know what? I think those little lines on the hood are actually to pull water down so that water doesn't sit on the hood. Pretty cool. And, oh, I see little mini headlights down here. I see a couple vertical lines coming down there. And let's go ahead and move on to, we got the windshield here pretty well done. Oh, let's do that side window. This needs to follow that diagonal, same diagonal. This needs to follow the diagonal of the roof, and then watch it go stop, and then it goes straight line down. Boom. Teeny little, kind of a weird rounded shape for the rear view mirrors. Ooh, I can see this rear view mirror. And I am doing maybe like a line across here, and we definitely need a line to show the door. So this is going to go around the curve of the car. See how that little, almost like an S shape or a snake shape, shows the depth of the car. Cool. I think we're pretty much in business. If you want to do extra details like windshield wipers or hubcap details, that could be really, really fun. If you want to start to shade, this could be so fun to shade. You could shade in here to show that that headlight goes in instead of just sitting on top. You could show the shadow at the bottom. You can color it in with colors. Have fun with your drawing. Why not? We're in art. Have fun. Come on. What else are you going to do with your time?